Try, like on the last day of fasting, just go outside in the woods and see what you think about it. Just see how you perceive it, you know. And even just be among people, meet some people, you know, maybe not when they're eating a lot, but hang out with some people and just notice how you are in social situations. It's going to be interesting for you. Back in the sauna. And now, this is a video series called the Dry Sauna Diaries. It's kind of funny actually, because I just wanted to think about a name that had dry sauna in it. And you know, Dry Sauna Diaries was rhythmic and had a nice ring to it. And then I realized I've actually brought a book, a diary in here every time to write some thoughts down. So it's perfect. This is the Dry Sauna Diary, you know. So now I'm 24 hours fasted, almost to the hour. And not dry fasted, but since this is the Dry Sauna Diaries, I always go at least 45 minutes in here, totally dry, before, you know, it's kind of insane actually. Like, the floor is still kind of wet here, and it's kind of insane when you realize that all of that came from me, because, you know, didn't use any water for this sauna. But anyways, I'm here today to invite you to take part in a 3-day, 72-hour fasting challenge. Because I was invited by my friend David Eriksson, aka the Swole Leopard, to be one of the coaches in a 3-day fasting challenge that he started. So we're 5 coaches, and I'm, you know, very proud to be acknowledged as someone who can be a fasting coach. Like, because I've checked the other guys out, and they seem like really cool, high-performance people. Not your mainstream fitness people, you know. There are, not to say that all of them are bad, but, you know, there's a lot of crap out there in the fitness industry, and all of these people are, you know, different. So, very cool. So let's just read the fasting challenge real quick here. Well, as you can see, I'm not... I haven't finished sweating yet, you know. I always turn this off and air it out for a bit, but sometimes, you know, it takes a while. So, you know, this is pure sweat, you see right here. But anyways, here's the fasting challenge. A 3-day, 72-hour fast from the 29th of November to the 2nd of December. Open for everyone. I gathered a few other coaches who are also fasters with the idea of inviting our followers to a fasting challenge. We know the benefits of prolonged fasting, and we want you to experience them for yourself. We will provide education and tips leading up to the 29th, when we begin. We'll be there for support and motivation during the 72 hours, doing the challenge ourselves. It's our hope to gather as many people as possible to do this together with. Rules: don't eat for 72 hours, no food or calories. Water, coffee and tea allowed. And an addendum I'd like to make to that is you can have salts, sodium and potassium. I'm gonna come back to that, but you can have salt in your water because that's gonna help a lot. And I would add to no food or calories, no calorie-free artificial sweeteners, because, well, for once it feels like kind of cheating, right? Drinking soda or something when you're fasting. You're not fasting if you're drinking soda, you know. But also apart from that, because that's one thing you should don't ask. Don't try to think of things you can put in your mouth when you fast. Like, minimize that's the whole point, getting rid of those addictions, you know. But apart from that, like artificial sweeteners can spike insulin, which will slow down both fat burn and the autophagy effect from the fasting. So it's just such a waste. Don't do it. You know, just don't do it. Just don't. So that I would add. You can have salts in your water. Talk more about that in a bit. And no calorie-free sweeteners. So, why should you do this? Well, you know, I'm going to go through some scientific stuff here, just bullet points really, but I have the first episode from this series that's called The Snake Diet Gives You Superpowers. It's a video I made where I kind of talk about, I call it superpowers, but like benefits I've noticed since living a fasting-focused lifestyle. And it, you know, it's kind of an easygoing way of telling it, not, you know, very sciencey discourse and, you know, some stuff that you might not even be able to grasp. So it's just kind of a chill, you know, way of explaining how fasting benefits you. But if you would just go through some bullet points of actually, you know, health benefits. So one, it promotes blood sugar control and insulin sensitivity, because lots of people, because they eat all day, are very insulin resistant now. So yeah, you can reverse that. It fights inflammation, can fight like all inflammatory conditions. Enhances heart health by improving blood pressure. Boosts brain functions, can protect against neurodegenerative diseases like, Alzheimer's. And aids in weight loss, obviously, boosts metabolism long term. And I would add to that, of course, you lose weight if you don't eat, but I'm serious, it's the best way of getting shredded. I tried so hard. Even me, I have good discipline. I've been making nice progress since I started training, but I had a really hard time, like cutting for months even. I saw very little fat loss, stalling gains, and was hungry, and it was all the time. It was very hard. And I gotta tell you, not only can I get shredded really fast now with the fasting, it's easy. It's so easy, and it's muscle sparing, because we come to the next point there. It increases growth hormone. Like in only 48 hours, different studies say different numbers, but it's like a 500% increase in growth hormone or so. And this, of course, you can build muscle when you don't eat, like during that time, at least if you're already very lean. But what the growth hormone does during the fast is it protects your muscle from breaking down. So your body will be more prone to eat up your body fat that you have here. So that's awesome. I mean, increased growth hormone is also, long term, I'm not sure, there's not much science about this, and this is one of those things that's kind of, hard to just know from experience, but, you could imagine is spiking growth hormone, frequently with long fasts will actually make you more anabolic long term. Eating, building muscle. Like I said, no scientific proof for that, but it's not impossible. Aging and longevity, it seems like fasting makes you live longer. I know of one study where like the mice that were fasting, I don't remember what fasting protocol they put the mice on, but they lived an average of like 83%, I think, longer. So that's insane. And then the last thing, I put cancer, because I've seen so many, we'll add to that, it's not only cancer, there's so many diseases that people have either cured or at least, like cancer tumors, not everyone managed to, completely remove their tumors by fasting, but, I've heard of people that get death sentences that have managed to shrink their tumors and live for another 20 years, fasting. And basically, any disease you weren't born with, you can fast away. Like almost, I've seen it all. Just go looking. Snake Diet Motivation, a Facebook group. Just go and see the results there, and you'll be shocked. So those are some of the, more scientific reasons for fasting. But why do it now? Of course, because it's a great opportunity to fast with us. Experienced fasters who are gonna, post information, get you pumped, get you educated about it, and also will be available for questions and support during the fast. So it's just a great opportunity to start. Oh my God, I mean, what is this time? Well, this is just a great opportunity to start living your fasting-focused lifestyle. So, I'm just going to talk a little bit about how you can prepare yourself for a fast like this, things to try out and expect during. So the first tip is to consume a lot of material about fasting, Googling for articles, watch YouTubers you enjoy. I'd recommend Cole Robinson of the Snake Diet. Of course, I love that guy. He's so entertaining, and also no one has more experience with fasting than he has. Like, no one has observed and coached so many people on fasting, like so different people with so many different conditions, like if it's weight loss or some kind of disease or whatever, he just knows so no one. I consider him the number one authority on fasting, so check him out. And also we have Simland off the top of my head. Simland is the more scientific guy, very good for that. I'd say He's a little drier than Cole. No offense, man, not in a bad way, but he's very good at collecting the facts and showing them to you. And also he's just in great shape and a great example of living fasting focused lifestyle, among other things. He has other tips too. Check those guys out and others. Just get educated and get pumped for the fast. And then get the salts. So quickly, the snake juice. The long story short is that electrolytes will just make the fast so much easier. And Google the recipe. There are different recipes. The main two salts you need are Himalayan pink salt or sea salt. It needs to contain sodium. Himalayan pink salt, go with it to be sure. And then the other one is a little harder to get a hold of. It's potassium chloride. I know that in the US they sell it in some grocery stores under the name No Salt. In Sweden I haven't found it, but I ordered mine online. So that's the good thing about putting this video out a bit before, a bit longer before the fast starts. So you can you have time to order salt. Different people need different amounts of salt. It depends on your activity level, but what I use is 1 teaspoon of potassium chloride and 1 teaspoon of pink salt for 2 liters of snake juice. Never mind about how much you're supposed to drink during the day. You drink, don't drink excessively for no reason. Don't stay away from it if you want to have a sip. Just drink it when you feel like it. And if you're very active and you run out of your 2 liters, just make some more. It's fine. As long as you don't go crazy and drink like 10 liters, it's going to be fine. I found out about snake juice on the first day of my first prolonged fast, 5 days. And so I'd never really tried fasting for more than 2 days without it, but Cole, I know when he started, practicing fasting, he had a really hard time going longer than 2 or 3 days in the beginning. And then when he found out about the snake juice, he immediately did a 7 or 8 day fast, I think. And, it just diminishes all of those bad effects like headaches and stuff. So this is something you probably want. Get rid of food in your home. Yeah, so this is not an option for some people, I guess, if you have a family, and stuff. But if possible, try to time it so that you don't have much food left or no food left when you start the fast. Because then there's nothing tempting you immediately available in your house. So that just makes it easier not to fail. Have tasks to do. So this is good. A lot of people think that, no, I can't fast then because I gotta study or I gotta work or something. And maybe if you're a caffeine or a nicotine addict and decided not to, exclude that on your fast too, yeah, then I'd agree. You're going to have a hard time concentrating. But and also, if you've never fasted, you're going to have some food withdrawals, but they usually just you get attacks, like when you're demons, so to say, play tricks on you and make you think about, am I dying or something. But so if you're not a caffeine or nicotine addict, or if you're still using this on the fast, you're not going to have much problems. It's the other way around. Like these videos, not only these sauna videos, I usually at least 1 day fasted when I record them, and I don't even say it all the time because it just become my norm. I have such a clear mind, great focus. So if you have some studying to do or just some tasks like cleaning your house or washing clothes, you're going to be like happy that you have something to turn your focus towards. So if you can put up some things like that to this fast, it's great. So you just don't feel like you had 3 days when what's going on is that you're not eating. No. We want stuff to be going on. You're just not eating in the meantime. That's the mindset you want to have. And talk to us and tell us you're participating to hold yourself accountable, and even better, tell people on your social media, stuff like that. Because, Cole, again, when he coaches people, he always makes them put up pictures of themselves. At least in his Facebook group, some people even on their private page. Because, you put an expectation on yourself. People expect you now when you say, I'm going to fast, I'm going to lose weight, or whatever your goal may be. Now people know that you're doing it. And so I did this to myself, for instance, when I tried dry fasting for the first time, 3 days with no food drinking water, even touching water. And I thought from what I read that it was going to be fine, and I know myself. I have discipline and strong willpower, but I didn't know. I never tried, right? And if I didn't tell anyone, then if it got hard, I could have just broken the fast and no one would know. But now I had so many people rooting for me and talking to me in the meantime. Like, how could I let them down? So that's a good thing to put some positive pressure on yourself. This is just getting ridiculous now, but let's talk about some things to try on the fast. So training, just moving around is one thing, but try some actual exercise, and not intense, of course. Like, of course you don't want to be pushing yourself to the very limit when you haven't eaten anything, but it's cool to try some strength training. And I'd say, like, say that you have a weight on bench press that you do 6 reps normally. Like, maybe go just a little lighter and do like 4 reps or something. Just stimulate the nervous system, and it's going to feel cool. It's when I tried the strength training for the first time when I was fast, I was impressed. I never knew that you'd had I was basically as strong as usual. I probably went a little too hard, but I deadlifted like just below my normal performance, and so that's something to try. Saunas. Maybe you don't want to do this thing yet that I do with the dry saunas, but just do a regular sauna for a bit, because it's just a cool experience. You're gonna feel alive doing that, so that's something to try. And then just go outside, and I mean both, like, try like on the last day of fasting, just go outside in the woods and see what you think about it. Just see how you perceive it, and even just be among people, meet some people, maybe not when they're eating a lot, but hang out with some people and just notice how you are in social situations. It's going to be interesting for you. We're going to talk about something you can expect during. So you're going to have, if you never fasted, you're probably going to have food withdrawals, sugar withdrawals. It's going to be worst on day 2 probably. For me, it was usually worse between hours 30 and 36 or so. But so probably going to notice that on the second day. It's probably going to be gone on the last day. So that's pretty cool. Detox, it's possible if you're like fat or unhealthy in some other way, it's possible that you're going to feel like crap for a bit at some point. But you can be happy about that, because you feel like crap because you have crap in you that is now being removed, But I never really experienced that. I had some diarrhea, I guess, on my first fast, but no, after that, not much. But I was kind of healthy when I started. And ketosis, it's like, Google it if you want to know more, but it's a mode when you deplete yourself of all your glycogen, which is stored carbohydrate, stored sugar, really. When you fast and the body uses up all of the stored glycogen, you switch to fat as main source for fuel. And this apart from, of course, you start burning more fat, you're going to notice some differences in just your human experience. One thing is the smell, the sense of smell. Something I never expected when I started fasting, but you just get, not even only during the fast, you get such a great sense of smell. And it was like the first thing I noticed when I woke up 48 hours fasted on the first fast. So that's awesome. Now, that's some things to expect on the fast. And then if we talk about breaking the fast, a 3-day fast, especially a fast when you still drink water, it doesn't really matter what you break the fast with, to be honest. Like, you can, to be sure, you can start out with some snake juice, maybe put some lemon juice in there, get some, whatever it's called in English, some things going in your, metabolic system here. You can do that to be safe, but I mean, after my first fast, the 5-day one, I didn't even think about that, it could be a problem if you ate too much or something. I ate like crazy, and nothing really, I didn't have any problems. So, you can go easy, maybe start with some fruit or something if you, especially maybe you can do that if you don't have a great appetite. But breaking the fast, it's not that dramatic. So now we know some health benefits from prolonged fasting, you know how to prepare for a long fast, and some things to expect during. So this is just a great opportunity to join me and some other experienced fasters for a 3-day fasting challenge. I'll put all the other coaches' Instagram links in the description below, so be sure to check them out. Like I said, very cool, awesome people. Very, very cool that I apparently am considered to be on the same level as them. And yeah, just join us. And yeah, that's right. I actually have something planned on the 1st of December. That's, it's the whole day thing, gonna demand a lot from me. So it's just not a great situation to be days fasted in. But I really wanted to be part of this. So what I'll do is I'll start a little earlier and then I'll finish a little earlier, but I'll probably go a bit longer than 72 hours to make up for it. But so that's fine. There's also some time differences with the coaches. So, we're all going to be fasting most of the time. We're all going to be fasting at the same time, but some people may start a little earlier or later and finish earlier or later. That's fine. So now, if you made up some excuse that you had something on one of those days, don't do that. Just rearrange your fasting plan. Just, start earlier or later or something. Yeah, you're gonna do this. Come on, let's do this. It's gonna be fun. I hope this was a nice visual effect for you this time, seeing the sweat stains gradually grow during the video. Yeah. Anyways, join us for the 3-day fasting challenge. It's gonna be very cool. I've only fasted by myself before, so it's gonna be fun to, it's a weird thing to do together, right? But yeah, it's gonna be fun. We're gonna have a nice community going. Yeah, but follow us all on Instagram. You click subscribe here, you click like. Now I'm gonna talk a little bit more so that what I just said times better when this subscribe button comes up. And yeah, I think I'm done with that now. So see ya. Let's fast.